Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we are going to talk about routers. So when we create an application, we do not have a single route. For example, if you're going to build an e-commerce website, so you are not going to have a single route. So you will have category routes, and to that we have subcategory route likewise. So in any complex application, we have to build different routes. So today we are going to build in a basic application into which we are going to make different routes and we are going to route between these paths. So let's get started. So now we are going to make an application into which we are going to make different pages and we will try to route between those pages. So basically, what exactly is router? So when you go on any application, so you see there are multiple pages like sign up, login, category, subcategories. So these kind of pages depending on what kind of website you are going on, and these are different pages and we use router to route between those pages. So I guess you get a bit idea of what is router, and now we are going to create it. Then you are going to get the whole picture of router. So now we are going to open our component folder and we are going to open the functional component, and into this we are going to import three different components and we will try to create a router which can route between these three imported components. So I have already created a component 1 here and I'm going to import this component 1 into my functional component. So here import from component 1, and similarly we are going to create two more components as well. So now you can see that I have created three components, component 1, component 2 and component 3, and I have imported all the components in my function component, and now I'm going to display these components. So now I will remove all this content and I will just display these components. On UI you can see all the three components has been displayed. In order to use router in React application, we have to install a package called as React Router DOM. So we will install that npm i-s, and we have to install React Router DOM. Hit enter, it will install this package. So we'll get back to our editor to continue coding. Now the router package has been installed and all our components has been defined. So now we can define the routers as well. So for that we have to import few things from the React Router DOM. So first we have to import browser router. That will be the wrapper for all of the router we are going to define. So inside that we have to define a switch. So basically switch is a collection of our routes. So here we can define our routes one by one. So in each route we have to define a path, which will be the path onto which we want to display our component. So here we have to pass our component. So inside this I'm gonna write component 1. This means the default path will display the component 1, and I will remove these components from here and we will save this file and we will go to browser. So here we can see child component 1 has been displayed. That means in the path slash we are displaying our component. So now we can define other routes as well. So here for component 2 we are going to render the component 2 on path 2, and similarly on path 3 we are going to render component 3. So here we have defined all of our components. So we have to keep one thing in mind, that for path slash and slash 2 and slash 3, slash is common. So the switch will get confused between these three. So we have to add exact keyword over here. Router will know that when the path slash will come, it have to follow the exact pattern, and for slash 2 and slash 3 they will go for these components. So the next step will be to define the links through which we will route between the components. So we will define the links to go to component 2 and component 3 in component 1. So let's see how to do that. Open component 1 and here we have to import link from React Router DOM. Now I will open up a div tag. Into that I will define my link. So link will be a tag, and inside that I can add any random tag. Go to component, and inside the link tag we have to pass the two parameters. So here we have to give the path of the component to which we want to route. So here we will add 2, and similarly we can add a link for component 3 as well, and over here we will say 3. So now we will go to browser and see the changes. So here in component 1 we can see that we have 2 links to go to component 2 and component 3 respectively. So once we click on the go to component 2, we will see that we have been routed to the component 2, and here in the browser URL you can see 2 is updated. Now we will go back to component 1 and we will click on the second link. So that will route us to the child component 3, and you can also see the browser URL. So I guess this have cleared your idea about routers in React.js, how to create them and how to route between all defined pages. To summarize whole of the topic, I can give you the steps which you can follow. So first you have to define all the components you want to route between, and then you have to define the switch into which you have to define all the routes you want to declare, and then wherever you want to switch between those components you have to define a link, and into that you just have to pass 2, and into the 2 you have to pass the path name, and by clicking on this link you will be able to switch between the routers. If this video have helped you to clear your doubt regarding routers in React.js, please like the video and subscribe my channel and share the videos with others as well. If you have any doubt or question, you can hit me up in the comments. Happy coding everyone. See you in next video.